They teach you to doubt before they ever teach you to think. From the cradle, you are trained to ask permission, to raise your hand to speak, to wait for approval to move, to earn the right to believe in yourself. You are told to sit down, be quiet, fall in line, and every time you obey, a piece of your fire dims, until one day you look in the mirror and no longer see a warrior, but a well-dressed prisoner, and all the bars were built from doubt. But deep inside, something remains, a whisper, a flicker, a voice the world tried to silence but failed. It is the part of you that knows, without explanation or evidence, that you are meant for more, that you were not born to serve the opinions of the blind, but to lead with the clarity of your own vision. That voice must become your command. You must learn to trust it more than the noise around you. You must learn to trust yourself not as a hope, but as a law, because if you do not trust yourself, no one will. They only follow the man who leads with certainty, the man who speaks with the weight of conviction, the man who does not ask, but acts. The world does not respond to intentions. It responds to results, and results are born from belief, not the soft kind that disappears under pressure, but the kind that stands even when surrounded, bruised, doubted, and abandoned. The kind that says, "I will prevail because I must." You will hear them call it arrogance. Let them. The sheep will always be offended by the roar of the lion, but you are not here to be liked. You are here to be remembered. You are here to break the limits they handed you and forge new ones with your bare hands. The man who trusts himself does not apologize for his ambition. He does not shrink to make others comfortable. He expands, he advances, he dominates, and yes, you will be alone at first, because trust in oneself is a rebellion. It is a declaration of war against mediocrity. You will lose people, let them go. You will be mocked, let them laugh. You will be doubted, let them watch. Your job is not to convince them. It is to become undeniable, and the only way to do that is to trust in your own force more than in their approval. Understand this. No great victory was ever won by the hesitant. No empire was built by the uncertain. The man who conquers does not wait for consensus. He creates direction from chaos. He listens to his own mind even when the world screams otherwise. He knows that instinct is not madness, but memory, ancestral truth carried in the blood. He trusts it. He moves, and the world adjusts to him. Do not wait for certainty. You will die waiting. You must act in the storm. Strike in the fog, advance through the fire. Your belief will be your light. Others will stumble and curse the darkness, but you will move through it with the calm of a man who has already seen the sun in his mind. They will try to chain you with their limits. Be realistic. They'll say, "Don't get ahead of yourself." But what they really mean is, stay small, stay afraid, stay like us. Break those chains. Reality is not a fixed shape. It is clay in the hands of those bold enough to mold it. You do not rise by being reasonable. You rise by being relentless, and that relentlessness must be fueled by one thing. Trust in who you are becoming. There will be failure. Expect it. Welcome it. Every man who moves with power walks through fire. You will be burned, but you will not break, because trust in yourself is not destroyed by defeat. It is forged in it. You will fall, but you will rise sharper, smarter, stronger, and every scar will speak one truth. I survived, and I kept going. The weak believe in themselves only when they win. The strong believe when they lose, and that belief becomes the reason they win again. The battlefield is not fair. It never has been. Do not ask for fairness. Ask for the strength to endure. Ask for the will to act while others sleep, while they party, prepare, while they doubt, do, while they panic, plan, while they chase comfort, chase fire, because the man who trusts himself outworks them all. Not because he must, but because he refuses to be average. He refuses to be another voice in the crowd. He is the shout that silences all others. Every hour you spend building when others rest is a weapon sharpened. Every decision made without applause is a brick in your fortress. Every time you move forward without support, your spine becomes steel, And one day, when you rise above them, they will say you were lucky. Let them say it. They will never understand what it took, because they never had the courage to believe in themselves. But you did, and that made all the difference. You do not need a crowd to move. You do not need cheerleaders to begin. You need only yourself, and the decision to stop waiting. Because once you truly trust yourself, the enemy no longer lives outside. It dies within. Fear, doubt, hesitation. These things dissolve in the presence of unwavering will. And what remains is focus, power, clarity. The world fears a man like that. A man who answers to no one but his own mission. A man who does not flinch under pressure or fold under opinion. A man who stands alone and still advances. Be that man, because that man is rare. That man is remembered. That man wins, and yes, it will be heavy. The weight of leadership, of vision, of purpose. It will crush the weak, but you are not weak. You were made for pressure. You were made for moments where others retreat. You were made to take the storm and bend it to your will, and it begins the moment you stop asking, "Can I?" and start declaring, "I will." No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. If you wait for that, you will rot in obscurity. You must become your own champion, your own army, your own source of fire. Because when you do, when that belief becomes unshakable, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Do not let the past chain you. What you did or failed to do before means nothing now. Your future is not governed by your mistakes. It is governed by your decisions now. And the most powerful decision a man can make is to trust himself again. Especially after he has been broken. Especially after the world laughed. Especially after he nearly gave up. The man who rises then. He is unstoppable. You were not meant to beg for your destiny. You were meant to seize it. To grip it with both hands, tear it from the jaws of resistance, and raise it like a banner carved in defiance. You are not here to blend in. You are here to break through. Look around. Most will never understand. Most will choose safety over greatness. They will trade power for peace. They will die comfortable but forgettable. That is not your path. Your path is carved with blood, sweat, risk, and obsession. Your path demands sacrifice. And the first sacrifice is comfort. The second is doubt. The third is the illusion that anyone else will carry your dream. You carry it, you. And when your hands shake, carry it still. When your legs fail, crawl if you must. But do not hand it over. Trust yourself more than your pain. Trust yourself more than your critics. Trust yourself more than the odds, because history remembers not the man who tried, but the man who decided. That decision, silent, ruthless, final, is the point where everything changes, when you decide that you are the only one responsible for what happens next. When you stop blaming, stop hesitating, stop hoping, and begin doing. That moment births giants, so rise, not when it's easy, rise when it's hardest. When you have every reason to stop, rise anyway. That is trust, that is fire, that is how legacies are born. You will not need to explain yourself. You will not need to justify your rise. You will not need to prove your worth with words. Your results will speak with thunder. Your presence will crush doubt like dust, and they will know, not because you told them, but because they saw, that this man, this force could not be stopped. Not by fear, not by failure, not by fate,